NFL on EA Sports. Jared Goff and the Cincinnati Bengals versus Kyler Murray and the New York Giants.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd and 1.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. And he So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll be tackled.
They gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. That'll be complete to Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting at my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Josh Allen.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 11 carries, 80 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
1st down, New York.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 3-yard pick.
Here's Murray.
3rd down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down.
Now 4th down.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Touchdown, Giants. Mecole Hardman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 11.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down,
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
4 yards.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Giants 14, Bengals 7.
First down, Murray. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Giants.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That good for 19 and a first down.
And
from the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're not. Knocking on the door.
On the stop.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
25-yard line.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Down at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
By Ed Oliver.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And the pressure gets to him again. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Taken in at the 22. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun now for Murray. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Chase Claypool. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished up by a touchdown by the New York Giants. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
So I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now Goff on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we reach halftime, and due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
The ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now they try the right side here, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 50 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
For the running back.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
To number 86.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the
and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Cook. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And And it's third down.
Throwing now is Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Bengals 17.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
4-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do you have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, the ball carrier.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
For the running back.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mecole Hardman with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. First down, gone. And over the middle, this is Parker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Back to throw, gone. Got a man open, that's Harry.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The 41-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Goff now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
49-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
First down.
Murray now. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw again on second down. Goff. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Goff on first down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, D.
To the air again. Goff. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On first down, it's Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off at the 30. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the